Hello students and welcome to the lecture. So students, as we know that we are covering the financial knowledge and basically what we are doing, we are discussing upon the banking awareness part of it. Okay. And so far what we are discussing, basically we have it started our discussion over the IDBI, right? The IDBI is basically stands for the Industries Development Bank of India, right? That was the topic what we are discussing over here. Industrial Development Bank of India, right? That's what we are discussing. Okay. And what are the topics we have covered so far in this particular area? Basically, we had completed the overview part. Okay. We had completed the establishment part. We have completed the transformation part. We had completed the industrial financial banking part. All right. And what we are left with the government ownership, okay, IDBI bank, and the summary part. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to cover these points only. Okay, so I hope that you have revised the previous lectures before you have come for this lecture. If you are doing this thing, then you will be able to find yourself in a more comfortable place when you're getting the upcoming topics. If you are not doing this thing, then I'm sorry, but you will have to suffer a lot because you won't be able to grasp the thing properly. You won't be able to connect the things properly. Okay, so let's check it. The IDBI was established on which? Established on 2nd July 1964, transferred into the commercial bank on, you can say, 2004. Okay, so right now we have to cover several topics like the banking services, the government ownership, the IDBI bank, and the summary. Okay, so let's begin our journey with the banking services. So in banking services, the first is the retail banking. I have told you what you mean by the retail banking in the previous lectures. Right now, what we are going to do, we are going to just look about it. After its transformation into the commercial bank, IDBI began offering a wide array of retail banking services to the individual customers. Okay. These individual customers are basically the entrepreneurs who required a loan for opening of the businesses or for, you can say, other things. All right. Thereafter, what we have in retail banking, basically we having the savings and the current accounts. Okay, like in the normal way, if I tell you, like assume yourself as a customer, and if you have already opened your account in any bank, which I hope that you have done already. Okay, so you have listened about the savings and the current accounts. Okay, the saving accounts are basically for, you can say, you are earning something that you place some excess money in this, and the current accounts are basically for the merchant purpose or mercantile purposes. All right. So IDBI provides savings and the current accounts, which serves as the foundational banking products for individuals. These accounts offer features like easy fund access and the transaction facilities. Okay, like I have told you, saving accounts, like suppose if the XYZ PVT Limited is a company. Okay, so they having saving account and they having the current account. Okay, so the saving account is in the passive form and the current account is in active form. Okay, so suppose if the XYZ Private Limited has got rupees 100 lakhs, okay, and their expenditure is only for rupees 70 lakhs. It means that 30 lakhs are in excess. Okay, so they will drop this 30 lakhs into the saving account. Now these 30 lakhs have been submitted. Okay, it is on XYZ whether they have to use it or not. Okay, and you can also call it as a reserve capital, because right now this is a saving part and this has been reserved for future expenditure, not for current or present expenditure. Okay, but these 70 lakhs which are in expenditure part, they will go to the current accounts, basically in the general form. Okay, because they are in the running phase, they have to use it for the ongoing day-to-day operations and the expenditure. All right, so this is an active state. It means that it will be used for current or the present situation, whereas saving account is in passive phase because the money has been reserved and this could be used in the future expenditure and expenses. Got it? So these provided easy fund access and the transaction facilities. Okay, fixed deposit and the recurring deposits. IDBI offers the fixed deposit and you can say the recurring deposit schemes that allow customers to earn interest on their savings. Okay, fixed deposit means that suppose you have 6 lakh rupees, you do not want to use them, and there are two types of deposit schemes. The first stands for the saving account, the second stands for FD or the fixed deposit. Okay, in saving accounts, if you invest your 6 lakh rupees, then you could withdraw it anytime if you want to. But if you invest it in the FD, then FD is a time bound. Suppose you have invested it for the 1 year. Okay, so you could not withdraw this amount before 1 year, and if you do so, you have to pay some penalties to the bank. Okay, so this is the FD. What is the benefit of FD? On saving accounts, suppose if the interest rate is 6%, on FD the interest rate will be 8%. It means that generally the FD offers a high interest rate in comparison with the saving accounts. So this is the benefit of opening of FD. Okay, but what is RD? Basically RD is in the running phase. Okay, suppose if your monthly you can say inflow of rupees 1 lakh. Okay, so you can choose the RD of rupees, suppose you have choose the RD of rupees 10,000 basically. Okay, so whenever this 1 lakh will be credited in your account on a particular date which will be fixed throughout the area or throughout the time, this 10,000 will be deducted from this 1 lakh rupees automatically and will be compiled off. Okay, and after the maturity, suppose you have done RD for 1 year, so when the 1 year will complete it, the maturity date will be there, you could withdraw this accumulated amount. Okay, so this is the RD and the FD scheme. All right, so they generally allow the customers to earn the high interest rate on their savings. Okay, thereafter the personal loans. The bank extend personal loan products for various purposes such as the education, the travel, the medical expenses, or any legitimate personal need. Okay, you could not say you want a personal loan for your personal thing. You have to mention the thing properly. All right, thereafter we have the home loans. IDBI offers home loan solutions to help individuals purchase or construct residential properties. Okay, home loans are generally the long-term loans because, as I have told you, they're having the, you can say, huge amount and the high interest rates. Okay, thereafter what we have the auto loans. Okay, the bank provides financing for the purchase of vehicles including cars and two-wheelers. Okay, so they generally having the auto loans, and these are also the semi long-term loans. Okay, because they are not in huge amount but they having the significant amount. All right, then credit cards. About credit cards, I had already told you in the previous lectures that the credit cards could be issued by the IDBI with diverse features and benefits for the retail customers. All right, suppose this is the, when I was telling you about the loan and the credit card differences, so I had told you that credit card is also the form of debt. okay, which is generally apply on the customer, but for a short duration. Okay, like it is a monthly cycle. All right, it could be have interest or could not be have interest. If you could pay the entire due amount on the date, it will have no interest. But if you could only pay the partial amount and the remaining amount will be carry on in your next month cycle, then this will have some interest rate to be paid off. All right, so this is a credit card system, and this could be issued by the IDBI for the retail customers. Okay, thereafter, online and the mobile banking. This is the part of digital India, as I have told you, because if you know, when we were discussing about it, then I had told you, if we talk about the traditional banking in the physical branch system, so that was not only the time taking but also haptic, because the branch should be near to you, the branch should be in your area, then only you can do. But when we talk about the online and the mobile banking, the things could be done it more easily. All right, IDBI offers digital banking services, enabling customers to access their accounts, make transactions, and manage their finances online or through mobile apps. Okay, thereafter what we have the banking services, corporate banking. Now we have finished the retail banking part. IDBI serves the corporate sector by providing a range of specialized banking services tailored to the financial need of the businesses. Because right now we are not going to deal with the individual customers with the short amount and the shorter needs, but we have the wide range of customers with the wide amount and the huge needs. So this is the financial need of businesses, especially tailored or designed, you can say. Okay, all right. Now thereafter what we have the working capital financing. About working capital, I had already told you that the working capital is that capital which you use in your day-to-day operations. Okay, so IDBI offers working capital loans to support day-to-day operational needs of the businesses, and these are basically the short term. Okay, these are generally for the short term period. Like suppose you having the expenditure of rupees 10 lakhs. Okay, but you only having rupees 5 lakhs in your working capital. It means that how much you required 5 lakhs more. Okay, so what you could do, you could avail rupees 5 lakhs as a loan from the IDBI. Okay, and this loan is for the shorter duration. Okay, when you get the proper inflow in your system again, then you could pay it back to the IDBI. It is generally reflect the business cycle. Okay, up and downs. All right, so you can say the IDBI offers the working capital loans to support day-to-day operations needs of the businesses as well. Thereafter what we have the term loan systems. About term loans, I have already told you that the term loans could be the short term and the long terms. So the bank extends term loans for capital expenditures, expansion, and the various projects. Okay, thereafter what we have the trade finance in the corporate banking. Provide trade finance solutions such as letters of credit, bank guarantees, and export-import financing to facilitate international trade. Okay, so suppose what is happening here, let me give you an example. This is your country. Okay, this is the foreign country. Okay, this is you, this is the foreign person. Okay, this person asks you, hey, I required 100 units of the goods you purchased. You said, okay, sir, I will send it to you. All right. But these 100 units price rupees 1 lakhs. Okay. Now rupees is your currency. This person is living in USA, so he having US dollars as a currency. Okay. Now you both have a different currency. You both have a different country. How you will deal? Okay, in such a scenario, what will happen? From your side, there will be a bank. Suppose this is the IDBI. Okay, And for this side, there is a bank. Suppose this is the XYZ bank. Okay. So you will connect with IDBI. He will connect with the XYZ. Okay. You send the 100 units to them. After receiving the 100 units, he will pay you the amount. Okay. So this is called the bank guarantee or bank banking. Like the banks play a mediator role. Okay, bank could not deal with the customer directly, but he will have to deal with its representative, which is the XYZ in this case. Similar thing, this XYZ could not directly deal with you. It has to deal with the IDBI, which is a representative in your case. Okay, got it? So this is generally for the international trade where the parties are from the different countries and also having the different currencies. Okay, so to maintain the integrity, fairness, and the, you can say, smooth flowing, basically what we do this kind of things. All right. Thereafter, what we have the cash management services. Okay, what do we mean by this? Let's understand. The bank offers services to efficiently manage corporate finances, including the cash flow, collections, and the disbursements. Okay, like you can say, when we talk about the corporates, all right, corporates having the huge cash. Okay, not like rupees 5,000, 6,000, which I generally have in my pocket, but huge caches. All right, so they required a efficient cash management so that they could have a proper chart of expenditure and the revenue, so they could go for the cash flow, collections, and the disbursement services. All right. Thereafter, corporate credit cards. IDBI may issue corporate credit cards to streamline business expenses and the payments. Okay, like the retail credit cards, but they having the corporate ones. Thereafter, the SME. Okay, do not confuse the SME here with the subject matter expert. Okay, this SME is different, this SME is different. So this SME stands for IDBI recognizes the importance of the small and medium-sized enterprises. So small and medium-sized enterprises, okay, in the Indian economy, because they are very important. Why? I have told you in the previous lecture when we were discussing about the SIDBI. Okay, the bank offers tailored financial services for SMEs, including the working capital financing, the long-term loans, and the trade finance solutions. Got it? Thereafter, what we have the treasury operations. Okay, what do you mean by it? Let's understand. IDBI engages in the treasury operations to manage its own and its customers' financial assets, including the foreign exchange operations, the risk management, and the investment management. Okay, treasury, what do you mean by it? Treasury, you can say it's a historical word. Okay, in the historical context, it is basically used for the reserve of the kingdom. Okay, like if you learn the history, then you have mostly times seen this word. Like that king has this much of treasury, he was so wealthy, and that is it. So same thing is with the companies also. Companies also having their treasury, or you can say they also having their capital, and this treasury has been divided into the significant portions like the reserve capital, like the working capital, and so ever. Okay, so you can say IDBI engages in the treasury operations to manage its own and its customers' financial assets. Okay, and these are like the foreign exchange operations. Like I had told you, if the company is dealing with the you can say the foreign players. Okay, so they are dealing with the foreign country, with the foreign currency. Okay, so to ensure the integrity, the fairness, and the smooth functioning, the foreign exchange operations are generally carried by the IDBI, because as I have told you here, the banks or their representatives, and here it's you and your representative, they could not deal with you directly, but they have to deal with each other, and the main force who will told them that what is going on is you and the other party. All right, so this is generally the chart flow, okay, for the foreign exchange operations. Thereafter, the risk management. Okay, risk management is very good. Like suppose you have sent your 100 units to the person who lives in USA. You didn't get your payment. It means you have been frauded. Okay. Second thing is that suppose as a corporate, you want to invest in some area, you want to build up something, all right, but you having the risk associated with it, okay, and you required a financial guidance. So in such a scenario, you could reach to the IDBI. IDBI will provide you the efficient professionals who could help you with this. Okay. Thereafter, the investment management. Okay, like you have invested in some area, you required a proper coming expenditure and the inflow. So in such a scenarios, you could help the you could seek for the help of the IDBI. So these are the treasury operations of the IDBI. Understood? Okay. Thereafter the understood. Okay. So students, basically here we have finished the banking services. In the next lecture, what we will do, we will finish with the government ownership, IDBI bank, and the summary part. Okay, surely. Till then, just revise all the facts and figures we have discussed in this lecture and be ready for the another lecture. With this note, let's end this lecture and say thank you.